Oh, hello, my sweet. So won't you come with me? There's oh so much to show in this grim dark distillery. So if you like bullshit or want some hobby tips, there's not Priest Ion Bunreal World Magnificent welcomes you. Hello, my sweets. Hi, Mowgli. Hi, Ross. Hi, everyone. Has anyone ever had that one coworker that power trips? Keyboard coworker, you're not my boss. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, all the time. My boy, good morning. Not a power trooper, but a nosy mofo. Runs the leaf next to mine on day shift. Thankfully, I'm thirds, so no contact. Hell yeah. Also have one. Also have one of Ty. One of those. Okay. Yeah, man. Hey, yo, possum. Hi, everyone. Mm. So I got everything primed yesterday, and now I'm kind of having a little bit of indecision where I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do from here. So just to show you guys a little bit of what I got done already. So I started painting on this guy. And now looking at it in the camera, I'm like, man, that looks fucking good for just a single thing that I've done. Pretty much all I did was I primed it, uh, which is part of the reason that we, like insane people, have been, using hair and whatnot. When we make it to where it's as close to the thing as we're trying to, it just becomes easier and easier to replicate. On a positive note, took my daughter to Robber's Cave. Hell yeah, Cave Cowboys uses a secret stash. Nice. Um, yeah, this is what they looked like after being primed. So this is just a quick smattering of sand, brown, dust and deposits, weathering, enamels. So I'm debating where to move forward from here. My anxiety of trying to get everything done in time to do the next scenario by like tonight or tomorrow night is just like crippling. So I'm really, this is the dust and deposits that I used. Once it is gone, I'm going to try to find a different brand. Also, I'm pretty sure Roz was the one that was talking about weathering companies that are not pieces of shit, and mentioned Ammo by Migs. Lock in, Eli. I'm trying. Which, if that's the case, that's what I'm going to replace it with. I don't want to. I don't want to support any shitty fucking companies anymore. So, that's where I'm at this morning. I'm trying to figure out. It's not so much the not knowing, oh, if I can get everything done. It's drying times, because switching between oils, acrylics, and then enamels. Oils are the most. They take the longest time. So I'm just like, do I want to go with oils, which is how I pretty much started painting everything else. But then at the end of the day, I kind of went over all the oils that I did almost and used acrylics. So oils are really good for locking in the shadows and the color variation that I want. And then I can further, dial it in with acrylics before we go into weathering. I don't want to cut any corners, but I also don't want it to take too long. So I'm just trying to think, what's the best course of action here? I didn't mention ammo. I've not weathered enough to have opinions. Because, okay, to go to our sus as hell. Yeah, and that's, yeah, AK is the most readily available, and that's why I've got so much of it, because at one point that was literally the only option that I had. Um, and I like their products. I do not like them as a company. They are right up there with Vallejo, and honestly Abtalung, which I need to look further into that, but everything I do already know about Abtalung, which is made by, no, I think it's just Abtalung 502. I think that's their name. I think my first step will be grabbing pastels and crunching them. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I need to pick up some denatured alcohol. Johnny is a really, I gotta put some music on, sorry guys. I have been trying to print that theater, and man, oh man, is it being kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna have to put a little bit of tunes on in the background. Let's do Renaissance. That's always gets me in the mood. Yeah. Alrighty. Vallejo bad? Oh, Vallejo is all about slave labor. If they could legally find a way to like have slave labor, they 100% would. they've had a lot of issues with like conditions that their like employees have to work in and stuff like that. And then I can't remember if it was Vallejo. One of them, it's hard to keep track because the shit that happens so often. Um, person, there's not like here. Ah, I believe he knows now if I recall the oof. Yeah, that's it. Like that, the only reason they did is because like it was a big stink. I did not know that about the Ghost of Yote. Depending on who it is, I won't factor in on that. I'm not saying I don't want to weigh in on that. Let's see where to go from here. I don't know. I feel like I need to paint these with oils. I just don't want to pay them. I get that. I'm sure. I get that. That's the thing. It's people's opinions are just that, they're opinions. But once you like represent a company, it definitely impacts everyone. And it only takes a few rotten apples to spoil the whole bunch. Oil up. I think that's it. I think the answer is obvious. It's oil up. Good morning, Star. Good to have you. Yeah, everybody's showing up today. I missed you guys yesterday. But yeah, I think from what someone was telling me, it might have been Shankly, that MIGs, Ammo by MIGs, or by MIG, keep saying MIGs. Ammo by MIG is probably the one that I want to go with, just because we've not seen anything about that. But I know Abtalung, their little elephant is like literally like an SS emblem. So there's that. So yeah, and there's a big difference between like, oh yeah, I'm interested in German tanks because I enjoyed the engineering, and using iconography from fucking Nazis. That's a big difference. So yeah, yeah, I think it's just time to oil up. We need to oil up. Time to oil up, fam. Man, there was something I was gonna say. It had to do with something that someone mentioned earlier. What was it? Not a power chipper. Oh, on a positive note. On a positive note, the first track on the EP is called On a Positive Note. And it is actually that might be, I think might be the fourth song. But yeah, on the fourth song, one of the songs on the Fern Teeth EP was called On a Positive Note. And it's from, it's from one of my favorite things Sean has said. But I was complaining about something, and he was like, man, that sucks. And he was like, well, on a positive note, no one's fucked me over in a while. I think about that phrase often. It's just very good. Well, on a positive note, that sucks, man. On a positive note, no one's fucked me over in a long time. It's just good. All right, it's time to oil, baby. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure out something. I would rather have to push things back than to have to rush anything and it not look like how I'm wanting it to look to showcase. So I think stick with what we know and do things the same way. And while I'm at it, I might actually work on the other guys as well. But man, okay, we're gonna grab one of those buildings too. But first we're gonna do these guys. Grab some brushes. Again, not trying to drag things out. It's more of just I don't want to do as well as I did on the other things and be as proud of them and then kind of half-ass something. I really don't want to do that. So, also, after a nice little acetone, God, there's so much hair fucking everywhere still. There's still just so much hair. Oh my God. I've got to get some more Gamsol today at some point. There's so much hair. After getting everything glued yesterday. Hi folks, I'm wearing makeup today. Hell yeah. That sounds fun. What kind of makeup? I was looking for a joke, although I'll give up. That's good. You can do so much crazy stuff with makeup. Cadmium yellow. I don't know if you're going to get used, but we'll keep you out just in case. Just in case. Oh, I don't know if I showed this, but I'm pretty excited. This is for grief. Hey, I got an idea. How about we get to where I can see what the hell I'm doing over here? Here we go. Can you see that? Yeah, you guys can see that. So this is some paint that I picked up for grief. It's from Gamblin. It is Naples Orange, but it's a very nice skin tone. That'll be very good for the old griefy. Get those nice peach tones in there. Peach. What a peach. Okay. I gotta figure out a better way to store my oils. It doesn't help that half of them are in these giant fucking tubes, like just monstrous tubes. Okay, so where should we start? Well, we're gonna need this. We're going to need to pin the objective markers, but we'll do that later. First and foremost, James and the Giant Peach. Hell yeah, I love James and the Giant Peach. I love a good roll doll. Is this? Yeah, there we go. Now we're doing it. Where is my wrench? Where the hell's my Allen wrench? Put those in my lap. Oh no! Found the Allen wrench and one of my paints fell. We got burnt sienna. We got ivory black. We got light red, yellow ochre. I'm sorry. I'm going through it this morning, as you guys can tell. Fuck. I'm still like half awake, half asleep. I just fell off my chair. Life is too short to be ugly. I'm trying feminine clothes and doing cute makeup. Aw, fun. And you're not ugly. Oh yeah, Doggello. I don't feel pretty, but thank you, Mowgli. I understand that. There's definitely a you do you. You do you. Do what you're feeling. I'm okay. That did hurt. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know. Today's just kicking my ass. We're gonna do the beekeeper. I need a beekeeper to help. Fix me. Fix me, beekeeper. Alrighty. So, burnt umber. We're gonna need that. I need to actually practice makeup. It just feels pointless with 90% of my waking time working in a factory. Yeah, that definitely will do it. You're beautiful. Prettiest in the factory. That is true. I definitely get the idea of not wanting to work on something because you're like, well, at the end of the day, it's. I mean, do it for you if you want to do it. It's not a waste of time if you want to do something. We're going to start with burnt umber. This seems like a good choice. I think oils were the right choice. Good job. Good call, guys. Oh, boy. I gotta clean. Also, everything's just so messy. My brain's just like, there's too much stimulation. You gotta do something about this, dog. I'm like, I'm trying. I've just got too many things I'm trying to think about. Process, orders. Yeah, okay. That's what I want. Good little burnt umber on there. Little burnt umber never hurt nobody. No, raw umber. I'm sure raw umber's done some unspeakable things. Can you see that? Yeah. Well, let me zoom in. Let me zoom in and let me clean up that. Yeah, that's good. I was making a ditty joke. I don't know anything about painting semi oil though. It's not to be taken seriously. Glad it worked out though. Oh, well, yeah, no. I mean, oils were absolutely what I was initially going to do, but then I was just like, man, that's going to take too much time. But I don't think anyone's going to burn me alive if I have to push things back for the sake of doing them the way that I want to present them. It's more of just a personal, I don't like pushing things back anymore because I'm really trying to stick with stuff and get it done. I had a little bit of a tangent that involved me crying because I felt good. Happy crying. Felt proud. I don't know. I've have so long not finished shit because I will get pulled in a different direction. Often because it's like, man, I want to do this and my friends are doing this right now. So I'll stop doing what I'm doing for me and I'll start working on something else, which leads to me feeling like I don't get shit done. But after Kelly pretty much was just like, you have to pick something and finish it. Like that's the thing. I really, really tried to buckle down and work hard to only focus on one thing, and that is the 1490 stuff. So that feels good. It feels good to look at the stuff that I've got done and see how happy I am with like all the terrain and all the models that I made for the first little group. The terrain being the biggest thing. We're just going to put a whole bunch of umber on there. And then we're going to kind of go back. I'm going to let that sit for a second, though. That's respectful, Eli. I tip my hat to you. Good morning, Shankly, and thank you, Mowgli. Hi, Steve. Hi, hello. Fucking greetings. It's Thursday, my dude. Just do what you want, Shankly. Hello, comrade. Good morning. Man, it should be embarrassing if Shankly's name isn't Steve. I've been calling you Steve for a while now. No correction. It is, in fact, Steve. I'll dox him. His name's Steve. Consider yourself doxed. Now they know your secret. They know your Steve secret. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, 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 beep. I got PTSD when you say I'm beautiful, lol. Yeah, that'll do it. Sometimes you just don't want people to tell you nice things. I get it. Oh boy, I get it. I think a lot of us get that. Trauma. Stop talking about yourself negatively. Fuck. Morning, Shankly. A while back. Oh no, but you are. Yeah, no, that's such good crew. Such a good crew. Doing the good things. Unlike burnt umber here. Actually, burnt umber's great. It's raw umber you gotta watch out for. Raw umber. Good morning, everyone. What the fuck did YouTube let you say the GPP word? I am Steve. So much time trying to make myself like alpha male masculine. The more you actually draw, that's icky. Yeah. I say it and they banish my message to the shadow realm. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Did they? No, yeah, I see it. I live in the shadow realm at work. Should I paint minis or as the means of production? Whew. Now, I guess that C is the means to make tiny toys. Yeah, I guess it just depends. It depends. What are you, if anything, everybody just kind of sent me down that path of what do you feel like doing today? C's. Okay, there we go. I was like, size, as in like size up, like how are you going to do things? Because that made sense. Burnt umber all over this boy. Burnt umber. Yeah. Everybody's getting a bunch of burnt umber. Yeah, oils really, they don't take that long to dry either, honestly. So, sometimes. Red sure as hell does. Found that out. But we'll figure it out. No need to try and shortcut things when we have a game plan that we know we're going to stick with. So, it's always the answer, comrade. Gun, pew, pew, American freedom. What the fuck is a kilometer? That's pretty much spot on. You got us. What the fuck is a kilometer? It's. I'm not gonna even try to guess. American freedom, private healthcare, burgers. Yeah. Speaking of oils, did you see my Restless Dead I worked on? I did not. This chat is it's what I like. I like the chat just being unhinged. But yeah, all these things, covering all that. Yes, thank you. No, I've been just trying to get all this stuff done, so I've been not touching my phone and kind of hermiting really hard. Just trying to be like, I gotta get stuff done. So burnt umber really kind of goes in a lot of places when you're making brown models. It's not going to be everywhere, but it's definitely going to be in these little cracks. Then we're going to go back in. I believe that would be the Shankly who just messaged me. This is Arvid. He's a fun guy. Yeah, honestly, we're just putting brown all over this whole damn thing because there's going to be browns. It's going to be mainly browns. Now, the blacksmith, on the other hand, it's going to be a little different. His chest is going to be brown. The rest is going to be... I mean, it's a lot of brown, too. Because because of wargame, I have to learn what inches is. Yeah. Oh, Mowgli. I'm the reason British kittens dream imperial and not metric. Little king piss for you. It was a dick joke. Wintergreen, baby. Oh boy, also didn't help that yesterday I was like, I think I'm going to try to stop today. I have to work in microns at work. Fuck me. I forgot all about that, Steve. Man, I can't wait. I'm going to fucking bust that out. Man, they're all going to laugh so hard. Steve, that looks fucking sick. Just let everyone else see what I'm looking at. Sick. Yeah, those look so fucking good, dude. Yeah, you are a beast with oils, my friend. That looks rad. Rad as hell. Is that all oils? Looks really good. Oh. And my wife said, I love you so much. I love you so much. She's great. Anywho. Yeah, that's nuts, man. That's great. The vapes of wrath. I hear a vape. Man, I cover the mic and I'm like, yeah, no one can hear me. No one can hear my sin. Turns out you can. Alrighty. So I'm just putting the browns in while they sit just a little bit. Yeah, let me paint something for you. Dude, I would love that. I've been trying to think of, pick a model. Yeah, the second you're off screen, that's the assumption. At this point, I mean, it would kind of be insulting you all if I was like, yeah, they don't know. Yeah, no, the second I go off screen, that's a good guess. If you don't hear falling, like, and shit being thrown around, yeah, that's probably a very good. Hey, there's a jumbo hair. Or maybe it's a Sigourney wig hair because they're fucking everywhere now. But probably a Margot hair. It's almost certainly a Margot hair now that I can see it. Yeah, that's a Margot hair. That's a Margot hair. A little kidding. I mean, you're not wrong, though. You don't have to kid if you're not wrong. But it is a good assumption. If you're not hearing anything falling, I'm probably like, I'm going to go over here and look at the printers. And it's just like, yeah. So, that's good. That's a lot of brown. You know what we're going to do, though? We're going to start putting some paint on these guys while we're here. Because I want them painted. They need to be painted. Not too much brown on this boy, though. There's some on the box. Hello. It's a box. I have to go to work, but it's bad. I have to work now. It's bad. Let work on this. Not a cult, so I can stop doing this. Bye. Yes. Yes, we do. Trying to be a good influence on kids by not blowing smoke directly at the camera. Yeah, I mean, that's it. You're good, man. Quit what you want. Something I had struggled with quitting nicotine was everyone around me telling me I didn't need it and it's just stop. But yeah, that's it. Like, I've quit before, and for years. But I gotta say, the most recent picking it up was really to try and quit doing other things all day long, which is just not even remotely healthy to just be blazed out of your mind all the time. But things are kind of crazy, so it's also kind of just like, man, I just need some kind of coping mechanism. Well, according to my typing, I've had a stroke. I like the all caps and the spelling errors. It seems real. It's real talk. Yeah, this is fuck. We're not even in the screen. Okay. That's another thing about using this little guy is it helps me make sure that I'm not just nowhere near where I need to be while painting. Get back in there. You silly. Oh, you silly. Boop. Saving Private Steve. Lord bless. Just let me save. Lord, please just let me save one more Steve. Just one more. So many little baggies on this guy. A whole lot of brown, huh? Even things that aren't brown. They're just going to get brown real quick. We'll figure that out later. Make it all brown. Brown, 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 brown. That's when Margot drops the beat. She's, oh, you wait for the beat to drop. Yeah, oils are fun. They also take a lot of the stress out of painting for me. It's just like, okay, it'll dial in exactly the colors where I know I want them to be colored, and then I just have to go in and touch things up. They're just like finger painting for adults or children. It's like finger painting, regardless of your age, as Steve would say. Took my daughter to Robert's Bay 4 hours away. Got to work. Hell yeah. Hey, JJ, welcome. Hey, oh, what's shaking? I'll take Shankly's space. All right, everyone's just tapping in, tapping out. It's good. It's good. Man, hey, that feels good, getting some paint on that model that I've been wanting to paint for months. Now we're going to put some wood brown on this shield. hey, I know what. I have a bunch of small little brushes that aren't huge that I bought specifically for doing what I'm doing right now. Maybe, just maybe, I should use those. Where the fuck are they? My leg got caught. Also, I'm gonna go grab some wintergreen. I'm not even gonna cover it now. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm just telling you I'm doing it. It's happening. And no one can stop me. Oh God! Who are you? Why are you in my basement? They're stopping me. Help! Man, it smells like death in this spray booth right now. But there is an exhaust fan, so that's chill. I'm really happy with how these old roofs turned out. Alrighty. Haha. Little brushes. Owl shield. New brushes. Someone's doing well. Haha. Yeah, they're cheap little brushes, but I like them. They're small and they're synthetic, so good for doing oils and enamels as opposed to all the ones that I had. Welcome, Pito. Owl shield. I was just thinking how big they must be. Ah, very nice. Okay, so hold on. So much doing well. Those motherfuckers are huge. Hell yeah. Dude. Catfish, man. Oh, the geese were attacking each other for scraps. Fucking geese, man. I've been waiting for years now for a goose to try some shit. The moment that I found out that birds have hollow bones and paper skin, my fear of geese died. And now I am just like, try me, motherfucker. I was attacked a lot by geese as a child, and I bear a lot of hate and resentment. Yeah, I can't stress enough. I've learned it's just like, oh yeah, well, fuck around and find out, goose. I've got thumbs. I will turn you into a fucking flail to beat your friends with. That's where I stand on geese. A lot of people don't like that, but hey, I'm just doing my best, okay? And if that means teaching geese some respect and manners, then that's what that means. Especially if you're not even anywhere near their stuff. You're just like being a kid, doing your own thing. You're just having a great day, and all of a sudden geese are like, hey kid, fuck you. Fuck that. Now that is a level of hubris. A real Icarus moment is in Eli's future. Oh, I can't wait. I've been attacked by a swan. Never geese. Yeah, that is a level of hubris. I'm just waiting for the geese. I'm pretty confident I could fight a goose, an armada of geese. Now that I know their secrets. As my great uncle would say, it's just like taking off somebody's pajamas. And then you're just like, oh God. Uncle Rick, have you ever taken off anybody's pajamas like this? And by that I mean their skin. Sometimes you just gotta go a little slow and use a little brush. And that's okay, because we don't want to get oil everywhere. Beep, beep, beep. Boop, boop, boop. Man, hey, you know what's good? Having that locked in. Whoop. Yeah, now it's in focus. Look at us go. Remembering to do the thing, Eli. 100 geese versus 1 Eli. The first two are fucked immediately. I can't stress enough. The first two will become a goose flail. After that, it's really anybody's game. But the first two will undoubtedly become a goose flail. And I will show them just how much life is a goose flail. You get out what you put in. I've been sitting on my rage at geese for like 30 something years. But they hold no fear for my heart now. Now only the thirst for vengeance. I thirst. I thirst for it. I like that mini. He looks badass. Thank you, JJ. I'm really happy with this one. This is the Knight for Kelly's Warband. I'm really happy with it. Man, there is a name. The plume was really fun. That was the first time I really made a plume like that. And we're definitely going to have to make some more for my Emperor's Children when we get to that. I think that's a strap there. Yep. So just a little bit of paint on there too. Beep. Insert gun to meme. Haha, I'm a genius. Oh no! I can't stress. That sounds very much like probably what it'll be. It'll just be me taking out 30 something years of anger towards geese on the first two, and then I just get mauled by geese. That sounds very accurate. Alrighty. Man, you know it'd be cool if there was like just a fuck ton of Sigourney Weaver wig hair like all over my desk. That would be awesome. Oh man, you're not gonna believe this. My wish came true. Hell yeah, finally. We're just gonna do all the brown right quick. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, hey, I might be better if I put a little bit of mineral spirits on there. Yep, a little bit smoother now, less clunky. Man, Renaissance is such a good album. It's just real good for sculpting, painting. I like a nice instrumental while I paint. Oh, hell yeah. If I get these guys painted, then we'll be able to put strings on these bows, finally. And luckily enough, I've got a ton of hair. Children feeding the geese, and out walks Eli, full body armor just to get mauled by 98 geese. Yeah. It's like, I don't know what to do. I have to put my son in therapy now. I'm just like, well, what happened? Well, he saw a guy pick up a goose and use it as a flail to absolutely turn another goose into essentially just a powder. He just powdered a goose with another goose. And then he had to watch that man be eaten alive by 98 other geese. And the doctor's like, why were you around 100 geese? Just like, mind your own damn business, doctor. I'll ask the questions. Yeah, brown, brown, brown. So much brown. They went through the armor. Powder of feathers. What did I miss in the last 15 minutes? I just learned okras have spikes. Wait, what? Do they really? Brian, surprised you found me, has a bunch of okra growing outside of his house. And I thought it was very funny that there was one. So I think we all know what okra looks like. There was one okra that was just very flaccid. And it just looked funny with all the other okra being very just like, there was one that was just like, I was like, Brian, we got to talk about that okra you got out front. One of them's not doing so good. It's very floppy. But maybe it's supposed to be like that, and I don't know anything about okra. I love okra though, man. We were talking about that yesterday. We were talking about soul food and how good soul food is. I'm just like, man, okra, dude. But okra, dude, yes. Head effect 710 okras over the age of 35. I have my okra back. You got to make sure that, oh, ED. Gotcha. ED affects okra. 7 out of 10 okras over the age of 35. Yeah, it definitely was a very floppy okra. I was like, uh-oh. I don't know what would, I guess it probably wasn't getting enough light. I don't know. Plants are weird, man. The things that like impact them and cause them to grow differently or do different things is always interesting for me. And it's like, if you take this and you bring it out of the water, then it'll start to bloom. And you're like, wait, what the fuck? It's like, oh no, it has to grow in the water, but it likes to grow tall enough that it blooms out of the water. But you don't know that unless you forget to put too much water in. Stuff like that. Had a really, really pretty tiger lotus in the bigger tank that I have for a while, but it died off, which was a bummer. I had it for a couple of years though. All right, we need to think about what, man, these models are great. I'm painting these now. I'm like, I completely forgot that I did like half the detail work on these. So it's like, oh shit. I made all the little cables, all the little things holding everything. That looks rad as hell. So, color-wise, I don't want it to be too brown. I have my okra background. Have you had meat pies? It's dry meat with vegetables like peppers inside bread. Fried bread is a native dish, fried not dry bread. So I've had like, I guess I've had a meat pie. I think I've had a meat pie before. I believe. What colors do we want to use on this rowdy boy? Oh, hey, I didn't do the little bags on this guy. I'll do it right here, though. Wham, wham, wham. Yeah, definitely need to get the printers going. That way I'm not just humming Bolivia at you guys. Paint, paint, paint. I think I've had a meat pie before. In a vacuum, that sounds strange. I'm pretty sure I have, though. Are you perhaps British or Australian? What is your painting hard device you got there? So this is where is the box? I'll give you the exact name of it. But I love it. It is from Distillery. It is I want to say the omnidirectional vise. Where the did I put that box? There it is. All while I'm up. The omnidirectional vise. Let me get the exact name. Omnidirectional spherical vise from Distillery. AT-SV. I'm a very big fan of it. At some point, I want to get the fixed base one because that one would be good for doing bigger stuff like grief. But everything miniature-wise seems to be, if it could be considered a miniature, I think it would do well on there, as long as it's not insanely wild in the weight distribution, which unfortunately every single one of my demons, that's kind of part of it, is I really like having really hyper-dynamic like weight distribution to where it just kind of highlights the otherness of them. Grief, almost all of it is in the very front, and then like the legs, which stick off the base, are really thin. So trying to slap that onto the spherical vise, it just absolutely just pulls forward as soon as I do, because it's not got any weight other than its own weight. But damn, that thing, it's got some heft to it. I mean, it's very beefy. It's also the single smoothest bearing I have ever seen in my entire life. It is extremely satisfying to spin that thing. Man, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm doing really good. And I'm like, oh, look at all the other stuff I got to paint. But it's just like, I'm getting there. The most intense stuff's already done. That's the castle. What is Fry Brad? Imagine you made Lust. So yeah, I haven't made Lust yet. The Paramore is probably the closest. Have I shown the Paramore on here? The Paramore is probably the closest. It is absolutely me coming to terms with a lot of things, and then twisting them until I no longer am like, hey, I like that. Until it's like, yeah, I don't like that at all. And then in like twisting it further until I'm like, man, that's scary as fuck. But this is the Paramore. It's probably the closest thing to Lust. Let me scooch this over. It's very large. And it is the one that has the wildest weight distribution. All of it is on one of its feet as it's doing a pirouette while breaking its leg in the opposite direction while doing a backwards back bend. It's also hollowed out. So the Paramore is the chosen champion of the child inverted. It's its favorite. So it's got some nice kitty ears. It's covered in O-rings, and essentially it wears skin. It's supposed to look like it's wearing old skins, and once it's done, there will be more very similar to like how Grief is. But it's very similar from a design aesthetic to Grief. The face is really fucking awful. For a while, this was definitely the most upsetting face I'd ever made. And I'm also very happy with the eyes. The eyes were painted with Musuo black, so they are just pitch black. No light reflection whatsoever. Oh my God, I love that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Paramore. It is absolutely awful. But yeah, the entire thing is pretty much held on the base at this utterly impossible angle, where it just is pirouetting around the battlefield and just fried uncrustable meat inside of a PB&J. Okay, I'll stop with the pies. What's the t-shirt you have? Where can I get one? So, oh hey, also welcome, Knacknut. It says, love miniatures, hate fascism. And I would have to look. Somebody made this, somebody made that and posted it on Instagram. But off the top of my head, I don't remember who it was. Let's see. Slow Death Games. So Slow Death Games. Yeah, slowdeathgames.com. They're the ones that made the design. They also have one that has chain axes, which I thought was rad as hell. But also, yeah, hi, welcome. Glad to see you. Glad to have you. Thanks. I'll check them out. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, hey, it's Club. This Club needs some brown. Man, whole lot of brown. Whole lot of brown. Sometimes we just need to put burnt umber on everything. And then Eli's like, nah, not everything. But then slowly puts it on everything. This one's got a lot of skin. I'm really excited to paint these guys. And that would make it to where we could also have some regular 1490 games, not just the campaign. So we should definitely make sure we do that, Eli. And we want to put some brown on there. Raw umber to go down in those little cracks. Ooh, the homies, Load Up Chris Rocks. Hell yeah. I don't think I know them personally yet, but I loved their shirt design. All right, that's going to be probably black belt, I think. Metal, metal, metal. That strap is going to be brown, as are the ones across the chest. Imagine if human highlight. Everyone needs upward down their crack. Oh, oh. Imagine if humans have highlights. I mean, yeah, I get that. That does track. Just human highlights. It's like painting with people. Yeah. Brown belt. We'll have to figure out what color we want the cloth to be. I'm not trying to particularly make them all just certain colors. That, yeah, we're gonna put some on there too. Hey, I gotta adjust my camera. He always has a booth at Adepticon for Games. Okay, maybe I have met him then. Especially if he was anywhere near Goob. Humans pay a lot of money to get highlights. That is true. That is true. Oh man, I gotta drink some coffee. It's 8:55. Hole in my lip. All the coffee comes through. Then I cry about it for a week or two. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Boop. Pop. Yeah. Brown, brown, brown. We're not going to do... Ooh, we're going to do brown boots, though. You know we're going to do brown boots, baby. With the brown boots on. Sam's Scout. I'm not looking forward to playing against this Doom Company. Just a bunch of assholes with ranged weapons. One of them can just straight up kill shot you from across the board, practically. Assassins. I definitely need to figure out how I'm going to work a beekeeper into my little warband. At the same time, I really like having the saboteur and the knight. Big knight, I feel like has to be there. Saboteur seems like interchangeable. Gotta have the big knight. There's another little pouch. Man, I really put a lot of detail on these guys. When you forget the things that you've done on a model and you go back to paint it and you're like, oh yeah, I did that. Fuck yeah, that's rad, dude. And like past me is just like, I got you, fam. Eagle time. Wait, Possum's a robot? A robot. Beep. Boo boo bop. Boo boo beep bop. I just saw there's a little bit of bow visible in that crack. There we go. Man, I can't wait to put the strings on here once it's done so I can just have that final like, hyper detailed. But we gotta wait. Hold back, hold back. He said humans pay. Humans pay a lot of money for highlights. Therefore he isn't human. Ah! I get it, Possum. Sometimes we need to reject all things, even down to their simplest forms, including our very own humanity. Become other. It's a cult. No. Mm-hmm. Ba-da-da-da-da. Wait, what time is it? 8:58. I got 2 minutes. Got 2 minutes to finish paint these little bags. Oh, shit. Time flies when you're having fun. It actually has gone by really quick. But also, I feel like I've gotten a good amount done for just a couple, what feels like a couple minutes. But really, it's been almost an hour. But there was also some me dicking around, falling out of my chair, all that biz. Sam really likes blue. So we're probably going to put a lot of blue on his guys. That is metal. 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 But his boots aren't. His boots are going to be brown. You're going to have little brown boots, my friend. I'm the Instagram porn bot that Eli hired to follow his Instagram lives. I don't have to hire those pods. I've gained sentience from the cult and have followed him to YouTube. Now that I can't stress enough, that definitely is starting to tap into my fears of AI, where it's just like we were having the conversation. Roz was like, "I know I'm real." And it's like I'm not questioning if Roz is real. I'm questioning if there are AIs of us running around pretending to be us on the internet, because everything that I've seen leads me to think yes, there are. Depression. What kind of holder is that? This is the, let me see if I can get this off the top of the dome, omnidirectional spherical vise from Display. It is wonderful. It is not my favorite vise. I can go grab that and show you, but it's my second favorite. Pretty much, if I'm painting, this is definitely what I prefer, because I do not have to pin. I don't have to pin anything. I don't have to use any blue tack. I'm Memorex. But my favorite vise, and I cannot stress enough, if you're like, man, I've got 50 something bucks in my pocket that I just want to spend on something, this is my favorite tool that I own at this point. The ATHV, the handheld vise from Display. I use this, if I'm making something, I use this every single time. I am not, unfortunately, someone will write an AI program that writes AI programs, and it's gonna, I think that's already, clearly I feel like that's already happened. I feel like, man, I can't rant too long about that. Yeah, this thing is so good. Also, it took me a long time to realize that on the bottom of everything that Display makes that has a base, these are not magnets. This is a, like, essentially a slide resistant little like texture that keeps it in place so it doesn't move while you're using it. But damn, I love this vise. Sculpting, I pretty much just put whatever I'm sculpting on there. Let me zoom out a little bit. Put whatever I'm sculpting on there, and now it's locked in. And the teeth, it's, I don't know, everything that Display makes is fucking gold. I've not had a single thing from them that I was not absolutely like, yep, that's a ride or die. I'll talk about that. It'd be great if they would sponsor me, Display. But until then, I'm still going to talk about all the shit that they make that I love, because I feel like they're one of the very few companies that they clearly have to do and love doing what I love doing, and they make tools for it, because the thought put into the engineering behind all of the things is very, very, very nice. And as a former design engineer, I'll say as a design engineer, I respect and appreciate that so much. But yeah, especially even just like the slide resistant stuff on the bottom. Like, I have everything else on my desk that's not Display. Like, if it's stationary, like, it's all got shit on the bottom that I had to go in and add. Looks way better than the paint now. I'll currently run the Cobalt Keeps Pro, but it's wonky at best. Yeah, no, I can't stress, it's a buy it for life kind of thing. Um, there is no doubt in my mind that this thing will probably outlast me. Uh, very, very high quality. And I can't even begin to stress. It's again, I could rant about how much I love Display all day. Same thing with Bandai. Um, there is clear the amount of time that they clearly spend working on thinking about the product as opposed to just making the quickest thing that they can and getting it out the door. Um, I love that. I love that, and I love their stuff because of that. But yeah, really, really, really love their stuff. Also, hi Depression, welcome. Good to have you. I think. Oh nope, there's a little bit back there. I think I probably have gone smidgen past where I'm supposed to get up and go pee. I have 4 minutes every time. Every time. I gotta go pee. Man, keep working on this, and I'm like, man, I don't remember making that at all. Man, I did awesome on that. I don't remember doing that either. That's dope as hell. And it's just like, you're doing it, champ. You're doing it. We're gonna probably do some. I think we might go to gray next. I like to do a lot of my coloring in batches. That way I can just knock out all the colors and then move into the next one across all the. Ooh la. Well, I'm off to work. Thank you for the stand recommendations. Good luck. Thank you. No problem. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to go pee real quick. Just so you all know. I'll be right back, guys. Wham.
she comes, she's made of bronze and stone. And I'm just fur and teeth and blood and bitter
And we're back. We already listened through Renaissance. New levels and new devils, baby. Alrighty. If that is too loud or whatnot in the background, let me know and I can turn it down. I'm trying to gauge volume and kind of match what Greeblin and Grebo typically are doing. A little loud. There we go. That's probably good. Alrighty. So I have now put some raw sienna, Payne's Gray, and that is burnt sienna. So from here, we're going to go back and we're going to grab these guys. We're going to remove some of that excess oil, which has already pretty much set. So when using a napkin or a cloth to wipe away excess oil, I have started to use shop towels after Shankly recommended them. And one of the main reasons is because they're pretty much almost microfiber. You don't get any small fibers like you would on a regular paper towel. Often when you wipe with a regular paper towel, eventually the paper towel breaks down and you'll get very small pieces of the paper towel stuck in your paint job. Sometimes that can be really good. Other times it's not what you want. So this one I'm really happy with so far. I really like my little beekeeper. Listening to Polyphia just makes me want to put that tremolo on my other guitar. Love playing with tremolos, which are technically vibratos. Learning how to play a lot of stuff that uses them without having access to one for forever really makes you appreciate them. Not having access to those, we make ours out of napkins. Shop towels are the best. I'll use them for cleaning my airbrush. Yeah, that absolutely would be handy. I've not used my airbrush. I've not used my airbrush since, I think, Visterion. The last person to really like fire up my airbrush, I think, was Eric. Eric Wire. Pretty much while I was trying to get as much done painting wise as possible, I would paint, and then as soon as it would clog, he was like, all right, hand off. And we got down in this like rhythm where I would be painting with an airbrush. I would, it would clog or run out of paint, or it would get to a point that it was like, okay, it's not working as effectively. I would pass it off to him. He would get it going again, and I would go into hand brushing something that needed to be hand brushed. Just really, really rad little assembly line kind of vibe to it. Similar to how his brother Adam, and then Chris Acrylic and I worked on the Cat Boys. Cat Boys, which were my demonettes, with the child inverted. The entire, for those of you who have not heard my rant about that, one of the aspects that I wanted to show with all of my stuff was my opinions on femininity. So I had very specific goals, and one of them was to make sure that I did not rely on just putting boobs on everything, which is pretty much Games Workshop's way to do Slaanesh. I wanted to show that things can be very feminine even while being quote unquote not feminine in nature, or that's not a good use of the term. Without being female, clearly female, still very feminine. That was one of my main goals with that group, and I think I succeeded. Very happy with them. I need to eventually redo all those cat boys though, just really touch them up. A while back, my depression has joined us. Nice. Ah, good, my depression's here. Well, don't put it in the paint, Eli. I fixed the Zenithal Prime that got fucked up just last Sunday with my airbrush, and I previously used it just the Friday the week before, then to blast some furniture for my Inhuman Harvest train. Hell yeah. Inhuman Harvest. Knocking that out. Yeah, no, I need to get better. Johnny is all about airbrushes. That fool has got so many airbrushes. That fool. The boy loves an airbrush, and he's damn good with it. I prefer hand painting everything just because I feel like I have more control and I know how long things will typically take better. Whereas I just feel like there's just too many inconsistencies because I've not really dialed in how to use that tool. But I felt like I've not had the time to really dial it in. So that'll definitely be something that we work on here, is me figuring that out and passing on what I learned. Getting all this extra paint off. Yeah. Yeah, my initial reason for getting an airbrush was priming. That was the sole reason I bought an airbrush, is I was so frustrated with trying to prime using rattle cans, which Johnny also fixed that. The boy does his way around how to use products, and I've learned so much from him. But yeah, I initially bought it just to airbrush inside because it's so inconsistent where I live that I just felt like I was perpetually putting all of my work up to the whims of the weather, which I wouldn't trust, like the weather where I live with anything. So it's crazy to do that with something I care so much about. So I was like, yep, gotta have an airbrush. That way I can prime and make sure that I don't fuck up the priming and ruin the model. When you get into like really texturing certain things, you really can absolutely devastate a model. Especially when you use super glue as heavily as I do, because it's like, well, you can always strip it, and it's just like a lot of the stuff that's going to strip that, if it's really bulked out, it's going to also remove the stuff that I did underneath. So I'm trying to make sure that I keep all the little moving parts in mind while working on stuff is one of my obsessions. That, just to call it what it is. We're pretty much right now just going in and I'm wiping away the excess oil on the top, which, hey, let me go back to my screen. As you can see, leaves us with noticeable highlights, like dialed in highlights, really. But yeah, already that looks great. That's just one color. Blacksmith. We need to figure out what color your robes are going to be, my friend. And by robes, I mean everything other than your robes. You don't have robes, you have an apron. And you got a little thing that goes on your shoulders. An awl, I believe. Shawl. Shawl, one of the two. One of those two is the word that I want. It's like a choose your own adventure. You choose what you think I want it to say. Out of the options. Let me rephrase that. Yeah. I do love how I love painting with oils. They absolutely take a lot of the work out. And no matter how much I go back over and do in acrylics or enamels, the initial work that oils do and let me see where to put what color and whatnot is invaluable for me. Helps kind of solve a lot of indecision because it's just like, oh yeah, that looks good. I know what that color is supposed to be. And then, of course, you know, even without that, they just look good, as Shankly can show. The boy knows how to do oils very well. I'm very appreciative of him showing me some tricks. All right, beekeeper, you're back up. Alrighty, where are we at? So, that little mask. Ow! What are you even doing here? Get out of here. We're gonna need that towel again. This side. There we go. Trying to make sure I get that dialed in. This little weaved basket. I guess it's not basket. It's a little basket style weaved mask right in the front there. Definitely just feels like it makes painting more akin to building because it's just building up layers, removing layers, going back, building up layers, removing layers. More understandable to my weird brain, at least. Okay. Get some of that umber off underneath of there. Alrighty. this is looking good. This is just the raw sienna. Yeah, this is raw sienna. We're going to put some Payne's Gray on that belt as opposed to just straight black. I might just finish this one up real quick as opposed to go into the others because I'm really vibing on this guy. Gal. Oh yeah, using a smaller brush was definitely a good choice. Let's get a little bit of that off of there. And then get that gray off of there. Let's do some dabbing. Sorry, I don't mean to not talk. I'm just trying to focus. But there's a little bit too much mineral spirits on there. Put some more sienna right on that mask. There's a hair on it. We'll do a little bit of burnt sienna as well, just a little bit of red mixing in there on the robes. I think that'll look good. I'm thinking I was right. I'm back. Shankly, what song you got playing in the background? So this is currently Saucy. Is Saucy by Polyphia. I'm just listening to New Levels, New Devils, which is one of my favorites from them. Good album. Very good album. Saucy is fucking such a sick song though. I can turn it down, turn it up, whichever you prefer. Yay, hi Shankly, welcome back. Son of a bitch. Come on. Pretty pleased with that. Let's see. OBS. For just a couple minutes of actually sitting through and trying to finish that. We still got to do the metals, but, and then the skin tones. Skin tones I'm going to do with acrylics though. I'm pretty pleased. And then we got to, you know, do the shadows and whatnot on that mask, but that's pretty spot on for what I was wanting. I think. I do not have any green. Looking good. Thank you. Also, hi Helix, welcome. I need to paint those shoes though. I missed the shoes. They're gonna be a lighter. We're gonna go with the yellow, not yellow ochre, but burnt. Nope, raw sienna. Raw sienna. Just a little bit. Mineral spirits. Get that on there. Out of focus. Fuck. Sorry. Thank you. We're good now? That looks good, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Thank you. I gotta catch myself doing that every time I zoom in. All right. Much better. Very good. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't know. I was debating on if I wanted to go with a greenish color, but I think I like the brown, the reddish brown. I think it'll also go very well with the rooftops and whatnot, and kind of contrast with everybody else. All right, now your turn, my friend. All the weaver hair, Sigourney Weaver hair, all over my desk. Get out of here. Okay. So from here, we got some little pouches. We're gonna hit those with the raw sienna. Have to look and see what that's called again. Every time almost. It's a little too much mineral spirits on there. So this cloak, well, the shirt, I want the shirt to be a lighter gray, I believe. Maybe. I know the legs. There you go. Similar kind of beige, brown. And that part in the middle, where the chainmail is, we're going to paint that with metal. So that's why I'm not touching it. And I might have to go back over any of the spots that I kind of cover it with some white primer paint, just to make sure that I don't obscure the coloration of the metals when I put it on there. That is something that I had to do on the bandits and whatnot from the last group. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to lean too hard into just all browns, but what color cloak is that going to be? I'm thinking grayish. Which Payne's gray is going to be pretty damn dark. So yeah, this is going to be black. So we'll put some Payne's gray on there. Got to go. Love you all. Like the stream fuckers. Bye, Mowgli. Thanks for hanging out. It's good seeing you. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and put some Payne's gray on there. And I will lighten it up as needed. It's going to be needed a lot of kneading. A lot of lightening up. Let's grab some white. A little transparent white never hurt nobody. Or so they say. There we go. Okay. I got disconnected probably for wanting to Steve the mentions of productions. To Steve the means of productions. Yeah, I get that. So what are you needing for Steving the means of productions, my friend? What are you producing? What you needing? What you doing? What are you buying? What are you selling? I'll buy it at a high price. That's good gray. I like that. I really don't know. Now, is this for the more time stuff, or what are we talking about? What are we talking about here? I like that. Thinking almost cream. Came up with some. Yeah, Morty. You know, some more from my Restless Dead. Hell yeah. So the Restless Dead are pretty much like the undead faction, right? But instead of a vampire, they have a like a lich, if I remember correctly. Is that correct? They definitely were one that at one point I was like, that sounds rad, that sounds like my vibe. Talking about revolutionary action. Looks great. Thank you. I'm working. Yeah, Lich, Necromancer, Scarecrows. Hell yeah. Oh, Scarecrows. Hell yeah. I forgot about Scarecrows. Thank you, Shankly. I'm trying. I definitely had a lot of indecision this morning trying to figure out where to start on painting these guys. But that's because I really was like, I have to finish them by today or tomorrow. And then it's just like, you know what? I need to not... They need to get done no matter what. If it is a day longer because paint has to dry, then I think that's where I am at with things. I don't want to put out anything that I don't think is up to my standard for this stuff. I really want them all dialed in as close as I can to what my initial plan was. I think maybe just a little bit lighter on those. Don't want to go full beige like I did on the shirt, but we might go even lighter on that. Just put just a little more direct white, transparent white on there. I was thinking like a nice cream, but this has got some real brown undertones to it now, which is good, but it's taking a little bit longer to dial in. Might need some yellow. I think it does. Dear God, there is so much hair right by my paint. Come on, get out of here. Back to work again, calling for a general strike on your stream. No! Wait, a general strike on my stream? Like, as in, like, no more stream. Or just in general, like, everybody's just not going to work anymore. I support that. Bye, Shankly. Thanks for stopping by again. Everyone. Oh, no. No more worky. Yes, we're done. We're done doing that. I'm going to turn goat up just a little bit. Gotta turn up the goat. Everyone crisscross applesauce on the floor. Will there work? Sure. Shankly said so. I'm already crisscrossed applesauce. I'm ready. Down, down, down. Now that is better. Much closer to the beige that I was wanting. Okay. Over top of there, we're going to go a little bit more in with the plain, just straight Payne's gray. Just kind of darken those shadows. Definitely will be darker, but yeah, okay. Yeah. Looks good for right where we need it to be. Except that. All right. Now on to the next one. Man, okay. Really need to move everybody out of the way here. I also need to get all this damn hair off my desk. This apron is going to look leatherish. So we're going to go with that. I'm probably going to have. So this is burnt sienna. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. These boots, similar to the others. Okay. We did theirs in. Oh, those are pants. Goes the other way. Gotcha. Gotta go do stupid work bullshit. Love you guys. Thank you for the channel. Oh, thank you, Possum. Love you, bud. Have a good day. Have a great day. Gray. We want gray. I need to get some sage green, that's for sure. I need some greens. Okay, now the little bracers. Hyper Zorn palette, apparently. It's all good though. I'm feeling it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. See where that looks when it's dried. Go from there. I do feel like I might want to put some greens in here, but I didn't want to go too heavy. And we still got to put the metal in, so we'll see. We'll see how that all looks. Blacksmith's looking fucking sick though. We need to touch that up. Okay. 9:58. Damn. Already. Yeah, I've got to get some green paint. Might have some. Not as fancy, but I've got some green, I think. I need to use that older paint I've got anyway. All right, well, it is pretty much 10, so I think I'm going to stop here. So I've got to pee. But thank you guys so much for your time. It is the most important asset, resource, commodity that you have. And the fact that you like to spend it with me truly does mean the world to me. I'm going to go through the roll call real quick. See all who all's here. We got Mowgli, Roz, Possum, Star, Shankly. Who else popped in? Star, Roz, Mowgli, Shankly. And we have JJ, of course. Owl Shield, Peter, thanks, bud, for popping in. Had some new names I saw. Of course, USA Libertarian, thanks again. Knacknut, thank you for coming and hanging out. Depression, thanks Depression. Helix, I think that's everybody. I feel like that's everybody. If I missed anyone, I'm very sorry. But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out and keeping me company while I paint. Yeah, okay. I think I got everybody. If not, again, I'm very sorry. But thank you all so much for your time. If you would like to support my work, you can do so at the fourth wall link in the description. Until tomorrow, take care of yourselves and each other. Sit pretty, and I'll see you guys then. Bye, friends.